case, we're messing with formic acid. It's used to make ethyl formate and artificial rum sweeteners, but I guess. What's the pH of 0.1 molar solution of formic acid? Now, Victoria, why can't we just take, because pH is negative log of H, right? Why can't we just take negative log of 0.1, Victoria, and be done? Because it's not a strong acid. It's not a strong acid. So we have to go through and do a full ice, right? The quadratic mess. Okay. That means we need a reaction. Mallory, what reaction do we write that we can do ice on? What reaction would you write? HCHO2, good, goes to the CHO with a negative 1. Then everybody, plus H plus, good. Okay, you have to do ice on this. Okay, so what are we going to put in our ice table? Initial row, Javier, what are you going to put? 0.1 where? The HCHO2. Does everybody agree? Is that the initial concentration of the HCHO2? Oh, where does this come in? That comes in after we fill out the whole ice table. We set products over reactants equal to the 1.7 to 10 negative 4. That's where that comes in. Yeah, we've done this before. What do you put on for the reactant? I'm sorry, the product, the initial concentration. Dashes. They didn't say anything. And then for reactants, we always put what, Pablo, for stoichiometric coefficients and indexes. So stoichiometric coefficient is a 1. So we put a negative X or positive X? Negative X. Yeah, these are positive. And then how do we get all of our answers, Eddie, in that equilibrium row? How do you fill out the equilibrium row? 0.1 minus X. Then X and X. Okay. Is everybody reading this table right? Matteo, what is the equilibrium concentration of H plus? According to that table, it is what? It's X, right? What is the equilibrium concentration of CHO2 minus, however you call that? It's, everybody, it's X. What's the equilibrium concentration of formic acid? 0.1 minus X. Those are all of our answers, right? Okay, now I don't think we need to know all of that. We just want to know what pH is. So we just need to know what the concentration of. We just need to know, what is the pH? So we just need to know what the concentration of what is to get pH. H plus. That means all we need to get is, H plus. And in our table, now all we're after is X. Right? Just get that X. Take the negative log of it, we're done. Everybody on the same page? So that's what we got to do. Sylvia, there's got to be a way to do it. How are we going to get the X? Yeah. Ka, you have to use it. Ka is going to be what over what you're going to write? Product over reactant. So what would you write? Concentration of H plus, CH2 negative, good. Okay. She didn't skip any steps there. That should help you out. Ray, got to plug some stuff in there. Yeah, plug in. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah. And the whole thing equals what? 1.7 to 10 negative 4, exactly. Okay. So what would you like to do first, Ray, to solve for our x? Yeah, the crisscross thing. I agree with them. So 1 point. Let's see here. All right, you're talking about this thing, right? So multiply through the 1.74. Well, let's just write it out so that no one's confused here. Right? Times the 0.1 minus x. That whole thing has to be x squared. So 1.7 times 10 negative 4 times a 0.1 is 1.7 times 10 negative 5. And then minus x, so multiply it by that. That'd be a negative 1.74 to 10 negative x. That whole thing equals x squared. So let's ask Genevieve. Genevieve, do you like positive x squared or negative x squared? I mean, that little a, she likes positive. She's with me. So I want to write 0 on this side, right, and bring everything over. So I would end up with what would be my next term then? Lewis, what would be my next term then? Yeah, exactly. And then it's going to be, but my c is going to be negative, right? It's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Negative b, so it's going to be a negative 1.7 times 10 to the negative 4. Plus or minus the square root b squared, 1.7 times 10 negative 4. Got to square it though. Minus 4 times a times c. Oh, and it's negative though. Right, c is negative. Now notice inside the square root you've got a negative 4 and my c is negative, so that negative sign kind of disappears on you. I'll end up with okay. About 8.25 to 10 negative 3. That's what I got inside my square root thing. Okay. And if you take a look at it, you can kind of disregard minus 8.25 to 10 negative 3 because my first term is negative. It can't have a negative x. So the answer's got to be when I add a positive 8.25 to 10 negative 3. Does that make sense? You divide it by 2. Final that I got for my x, let's put it in another color here. What I got for my x, 4.04 times 10 to the negative 3. Hopefully someone else. All right, go through all that again. Okay, x. 3 of us got it. 4.04 to 10 to the negative 3. Now I got to go back and see just what the heck they wanted in the first place. They wanted pH. So if they want pH, we have to do what? Plug it in. pH is a negative log of H. And we know our H is just X. Let's take the negative log of it. About 2.39 is what I got for the pH.